Before you dive into this romantic tale, I invite you to listen carefully and stay with the video until the very end, because the last moments bring together every secret, every choice, and every heartbeat of this story, and you will not want to miss how it all comes together. Chapter 1: The Night Our Stories Crossed. My name is Daniel, and I can tell you the exact night when everything changed. The city lights were soft that Friday, like they were trying to be kind. I was at a small rooftop restaurant, waiting for my friend Maya. She was always late, always rushing from a meeting, phone in one hand, laptop in the other, like she could hold the whole world by herself. Maya was a top architect, the kind people wrote about in glossy magazines. She had the perfect brownstone house, the perfect car, the perfect smile. And in a few weeks, she was supposed to marry Ethan, a charming businessman who looked perfect standing next to her in every photo. But perfection was not the whole story. That night, Maya arrived breathless, heels in her hand, hair slightly messy, eyes brighter than usual. Behind her walked someone I had never seen before, carrying her laptop bag. "This is Leo," she said. "Old college friend, new client, and the reason I am late." Leo had that easy kind of smile that made you think he already knew your favorite song. When he shook my hand, I could see the way his eyes slid back to Maya, as if he could not help it. And in that small detail, I felt it, the quiet tension that would soon pull all of us into a different life. Chapter 2: 3 Women, 3 Secret. Maya was not alone in her search for happiness. There were 2 other women tied to her heart, and soon, to mine. First there was Lila, a fashion designer with a bright studio full of colors and mirrors. Everyone saw her as the fun one, the queen of late-night parties and social media stories. What they did not see was the empty side of her bed when she came home, or the way she checked her phone again and again, waiting for messages that did not come. Lila had left a man who loved her because he did not fit the image she dreamed of. He was simple, quiet, and not rich enough for the world she thought she wanted. She had chosen success over him, and every day she wondered if she had walked away from the one person who really saw her. Then there was Nora, a lawyer and mother of a little girl named Grace. Nora looked like she had built her life from clear rules and strong walls. She had been married, but her husband had cheated, lied, and left her with a broken trust and a broken home. She had not let love close again. Work, her daughter, and a tight schedule were her safe place. But sometimes, when she thought nobody was looking, she would stare at couples walking hand in hand, with something like pain and longing in her eyes. Maya, Lila, and Nora were best friends. They shared wine, advice, and clothes. But they also shared something they did not like to say out loud. A fear that, in chasing the perfect life, they had lost the simple, real happiness that once felt possible. I knew all of this because I was there, in the background, the guy who listened more than he talked. I had known Maya for years, watched Lila dance on tables and Nora win impossible cases. I watched them shine, but I also watched them quietly drown. Chapter 3: Cracks in the Perfect Picture. As Maya's wedding day came closer, the cracks in her perfect picture began to show. Ethan was charming in public, generous with gifts and big plans. He talked about moving to a bigger house, joining the right clubs, traveling to places that looked good on social media. He was always busy, always on his phone, always almost late. One Sunday afternoon, I sat with Maya in her half-decorated living room. Wedding magazines covered the coffee table. Her dress hung in a garment bag like a promise she was not sure she wanted to keep. "Do you love him?" I asked. She pressed her lips together. "I should," she said. "He is everything I said I wanted. Stable. Successful. He wants a family. He supports my career. This is the dream, right?" "Should is not the same as do," I said. She stared at me, and I saw tears in her eyes. "Leo remembers my coffee order from college," she whispered. "He asks about my ideas, not just my schedule. With him, I feel like myself. With Ethan, I feel like a version of me he likes." "So why are you marrying Ethan?" "Because," she said, voice shaking, "what if happiness is not meant for people like us? What if it is too simple, too small, and we will regret not choosing the bigger life?" Her words stayed with me long after I left. I thought of Lila, hiding her loneliness in bright lights. I thought of Nora, hiding her heart behind contracts. And I began to wonder if all three of them were standing at the edge of the same cliff. Chapter 4, When the Truth Knocked. The night everything came to light, the sky was heavy with rain. Maya's bridal shower was held in a chic downtown loft. Soft music, white flowers, and candles made it look like a magazine spread. Lila had planned it, pouring all her style into every detail. Nora arrived last, in a simple black dress, tired but trying. We toasted to love, to marriage, to new beginnings. People laughed and took pictures. But I watched Maya's smile, and I saw the distance in it. Later, when the guests had thinned out, Leo arrived with a small box in his hand. It was a gift he said he forgot to send. Lila turned up the music, Nora poured more wine, and somehow we all ended up on the rooftop, under a gray sky about to break. Leo handed Maya the box. Inside was a tiny, worn-out sketchbook from college, the one she had lost years ago. He had kept it all this time. "You used to draw houses where people actually looked happy," Leo said softly. "Not just rich, not just impressive. Happy." Maya's fingers shook as she turned the pages. Drawings of small homes with messy gardens, windows full of light, kids on bikes, couples sitting on old steps holding coffee mugs. "Why are you doing this?" she asked. "Because," he said, "you once told me happiness was not about the size of your house, but about who waited for you inside it. And I do not see that look in your eyes when you talk about Ethan." Silence fell like the first drop of rain. Lila spoke first. "Maybe it is time we stop pretending," she said, her voice rough. "I throw parties so nobody sees how alone I am. I turned down a good man because I was afraid of a simple life. I chose image over love." Nora looked at her, then at Maya. "I stay busy so I do not have to admit I am scared," she said. "Scared that love will hurt me again. Scared that I am already broken. So I push away anyone who tries to get close. Then I go home and miss what I never let myself have." The rain began to fall, light at first. Maya looked at all of us, then at the sketchbook, then at Leo. "I do not know how to break a promise without breaking myself," she said. I stepped closer. My role had always been the quiet one, but sometimes silence becomes a lie too. "Maya," I said, "happiness is not a show you put on for others. It is the way you breathe when nobody is watching. If you walk down that aisle to please the world will clap, and then it will move on. But you will stay. In a life that is not really yours." Her tears mixed with the rain. Leo reached for her hand, then stopped, letting her choose. In that moment, something in her eyes changed. Fear stood beside courage, and for once, courage did not back away. Chapter 5, 4 Letters. The next morning, Maya called off the wedding. It was not clean or easy. Ethan was angry, confused, then cold. There were whispers, judgment, and a storm of messages. Some people called her brave. Others called her selfish. But she stood firm, her voice shaking yet clear. Lila, inspired by Maya, sent a message to the man she once left behind. His name was Jordan. He was now engaged, but he agreed to meet for coffee. They sat, they talked, they apologized. In the end, they did not get back together, but something important happened. Lila finally forgave herself. Later, at a small art market, she met a photographer named Miles, who loved simple things. Good light, slow mornings, honest smiles. He did not have a fancy car, but he listened to her like every word mattered. For the first time, Lila let a new kind of love walk in, one that did not need to prove anything to the world. Nora took a slower path. A kind music teacher at her daughter's school kept asking her to have coffee. She kept saying no. Then one day, after watching Maya stand inside her own choice, Nora said yes. They talked about small things at first. Grace's favorite songs, traffic, the weather. But slowly, the walls began to crack. She told him about her divorce. He told her about his own heartbreak. They did not rush. They did not promise forever. They just agreed to show up, one day at a time. As for Maya and Leo, they did not run away into the sunset. They walked, step by step, into a real, uncertain, but honest future. She took on fewer flashy projects and more homes that looked like the ones in her old sketchbook. He helped her set boundaries, not by saving her, but by reminding her of who she was when no one was watching. One evening, months later, we all met at Maya's new house. It was not huge or perfect. The garden was still wild, the paint not completely finished. But the laughter was real. Grace ran around the yard. Lila took photos and joked with Miles. Nora leaned against the porch railing, talking softly with the music teacher whose hand rested near hers, not claiming, just present. I stood by the kitchen window, watching Maya and Leo hang a picture frame. Inside it, on simple white paper, were 4 hand-drawn letters. Love. Maya came over and nudged me with her shoulder. You know, she said, for a long time I thought happiness was another word for success. Big numbers, big deals, big wedding. And now? I asked. Now I think happiness is 4 letters, she said. Love. Not just romantic love. Love in friendship. Love in truth. Love in choosing yourself, even when it is hard. I looked around at the people in that small, bright house. At the woman who had walked away from the wrong marriage. At the woman who had forgiven her past. At the woman who dared to let someone in after being broken. In that moment, I understood something too. Happiness is not a perfect picture. It is a collection of honest, imperfect moments with people who see you, hold you, and stay. And sometimes, it all begins the day you are brave enough to say no to a life that looks right, and yes to a life that feels right. If this story touched your heart, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, activate notifications so you do not miss the next tale, give a like to the video, leave a comment sharing your thoughts or your own story, and share this video with someone who needs a reminder that happiness can still be found in 4 simple letters.